Tonight in talent competition, there won't be any dancers, no death drops, no lip syncing, but instead, she presents a one-of-a-kind program. Believe that 45 years ago, the gay community started a revolution with their voices, and once again, we can do it. Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished panel of judges, I present to you in talent competition, Kharizma Valentine, contestant.
Passing me the paper? Oh, thank you very much. By the way, stunning in that outfit. Okay, let's look. Bullshit. Bullshit is gorgeous, but bullshit. And there it is. In front of God and everybody. Spamela won the Tony. Overlight in the piazza. There is no God. You're reading a paper with the front page saying the death toll of American troops is in the thousands. Don't you think that's a little, narrow? Well, I suppose you're right. We're lighting the piazza will most likely close in, I don't know, 3 months. This ridiculous war will go on forever. Hence the statement, there is no God. Okay, I take it back. You're very globally aware. So, honey, just wondering, were you planning on breaking up with me here? Wait till we got back home. Well, where would you prefer it? In the ass. No, I really prefer it in the ass most of the time. Thank you very much. You know, when I told my parents I was gay, they said they didn't mind. But they told me they never wanted their child to grow up to be a screaming queen. Sorry about that! Look, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't do anything wrong. You know, I really wish I had done something wrong. Evan, well, look. I love you, you know I do, but let's face facts. Sometimes you're such a fag. In the past 10 years, homosexuality has slowly but surely been gaining acceptance within mainstream society. However, there's a threat towards our acceptance with the use of the phrase straight acting. Now, straight acting basically means that if you are more masculine and can blend into heteronormative society, you are more valued. And those of us who are a tad more effeminate are left by the wayside. Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished panel of judges, tonight there will be no lip syncing, no death drops, and no backup dancers. Instead, I bring my 2 great loves, the art of female impersonation and speech and debate, to share a message. That if we are ever going to achieve acceptance within mainstream society, we need to first learn to accept ourselves for our own gender differences. Of prose, poetry, and drama, I present to you a program. Learning to love, but more importantly, accept the fabulous gay man. Girl, you know what I don't get? I do not get gay men who refer to themselves as straight acting. You don't see black folks boasting that they be white acting, or Holocaust survivors hawking themselves off as Aryan aspiring, or but for some reason, so many of my brother-loving brothers love to belie the ties they have to the gay community. To sacrifice their subjectivities in the name of sacrilege and to set their trick sticks dry and then lie to some stray guy that works at the Gap of why they're cockeyed. You know, I remember the first time I went to the Mass. There was lights, dancing, a whole lot of liquor. And there was this wall of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, I was just mesmerized. You know, my friend told me that they were drag queens because of them and the sissies of why gay men have a bad name. And I said to him, you're wrong. I said it was a drag queen in 1969 that picked up the first brick at Stonewall. I said it was a drag queen in 1969 that risked her life and started a revolution. And I said it's because of those mismatches of why I'm comfortable being who I am. You know, I don't think drag queens are ever going to fit in, but hey, I think that's the freaking point. realizing I was gay around, I don't know, age 9, and that's when I started drinking. Honey, it's a lot easier to be gay when you're drunk. So that's when they sent me to rehab, and honey, I didn't have a chance to say no, no, no. They said, oh honey, yes, yes, yes. You see, gay men have what I like to call Marilyn Monroe syndrome. We just love to fall apart. We love to lock ourselves in bathrooms. Oh, we love touch rape. We love to, oh my God, a pin I found on the floor. And so at rehab, I had to deal with my shame of being effeminate at an all-male masculine group therapy session. I was a little worried about that one. So I walked up to the front of the room and I said, my name's Leslie. Hey. And I'm a homosexual. You know, I was waiting for one smart ass in the back row to say no shit, but it was deathly quiet, so I forced off. You know, I'm really afraid of you guys. I'm afraid you're going to shun me. I'm afraid you're going to make fun of me, and I'm really afraid that you'll reject me. Y'all, for the first time in my life, I felt unconditional love. That was because the first time in my life, I celebrated my gayness. You see, in America, there are 2 types of gay people. There are the fabulous, and there are the fearful. And baby, I'm so afraid for the fearful. You know, I just picture that little gay boy staring at the ceiling, lying on his bed and wondering, is there a God that could ever love a fag? And I just want him to know that there is a God that loves you unconditionally. There is a God that looks down at you with fatherly pride. I want them to know the stories of our struggle, our history, and how many we had to bury.
Yes, Lord.
You know, I want them to know my story, as convoluted as it is, because baby, it's our story. Yes, it's true. You're going to make a lot of enemies just for being gay, but hell, stop making an enemy out of yourself. When it comes to who you are, Omaha, Nebraska, stop straight acting, attracting men who will affirm your self-denial. Just be gay. Stop acting and be.
Yeah!
Talent competition. Contestant number 3, Kharizma.